Before we begin today's video, I'd like to encourage all of you Dayz server owners to come join my Discord if you really want to take your server to the next level. You'll find everything from the basic XML guides to definitions, some really good JSON builds, proxy builds, along with advanced XML. The link to join my Discord will be on all of my YouTube videos. See you guys there. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining everything you need to know about the general settings of a Dayz server. Whether you're on PlayStation or Xbox, it doesn't matter. The settings are going to be the same for both consoles. Now, if you just got your Dayz server and you have no idea how to get started, this video is going to be very helpful for you. Basically, you just got your server, it's in nitrado. All you have to do is make your way to the general settings. So when you're in my services, you're going to see your server, go to the web interface, then settings and general. Once you're in this dashboard, basically, watch this video. And I'm going to explain everything, and then you can adjust the server to your liking. So the very first setting here is called mission. That's going to be your server's map, Chernoris, Livonia, Sakal. Say I want mine to be Livonia, so I'm just going to choose Livonia Enoch. Host name is whatever you want your server to be called. In my case, I'm going to do Livonia Test. Description is where you want, basically to describe your server or put the link to join your Discord server. It's a very useful thing they added in recently. We didn't used to have this before. So just put whatever you want here and people are going to see it before connecting to your server. The password option doesn't have a toggle, so it's pretty much if you've put in a password, that means it's active. If you haven't, then there's no password to join your server. Server time multiplayer and server time multiplayer night basically controls how long the daytime is going to be on your server and how long the nighttime is going to be. If you have no idea how to work out the math, don't worry. I have a modding bot on my Discord which has a tool that'll help you get the right values for these settings. Use system time and custom server time and persistent server time are all related to one another. If you have use system time enabled, then the custom server time doesn't matter. It's not going to be that, it's not going to be triggered at all. This is only useful to those that would like to keep their server daytime all the time, like a deathmatch server and so on. If you're not a deathmatch only, if you want the nighttime to still be relevant, then these settings don't mean anything to you. But if you are a deathmatch server, then I'm going to explain that to you. Using system time means the server is going to start on whichever month it currently is. So at the time of making this video, we're in April. If I have this enabled, the server is going to trigger in April. Now, if April is, say, winter, summer, spring, your server is going to be that time as well. Now, if you want, say, your server to be winter all the time, I'm going to disable use system time. And here, obviously, the year doesn't matter. I'm just going to put in December for the month. That's always cold. The day obviously doesn't matter as well. So if I have that enabled, if I have use system time disabled and I've put custom server time that I'm happy with, persistent server time is going to basically, so it's just going to keep on going December 2, December 3, December 4, and so on. But if I want it to be only December 1 at all times, then I'm going to disable persistent server time as well. I hope this makes sense. I hope it's not too confusing, but once you really think it through, it makes sense. Okay? Moving on to the next setting, deactivating third person. It's very straightforward. If you enable this option, people can no longer go to third person. It'll be a first person only server. Deactivating crosshair is very straightforward as well. Checking this option just disables the crosshair on your server. Reducing log output, if you have a kill feed, or basically if you're running a server with rules, you want to disable this because your server will not generate as much info regarding what's going on your server as it normally would with this option enabled. Uh, yeah, enabled. So basically, turn it off if you want to keep tabs on everybody and what they're doing. Admin log it's also very important to leave enabled because if your server ever crashes, it'll give you a report on that. Also, it'll tell you when the server last restarted, when it was stopped, and so on. It's a very important setting. You want to enable that. Freeze check. So this is a new option they added in. If your server freezes for 5 minutes, they will create a dump file and also stop your server right away. And the dump file obviously gives you like a crash report. That's also very important to have enabled. Reset mission XML to default is only useful if you want to reset all of your server files. So if you've made a mistake in the files and you just want to start over, that's the setting you need. Storage wipe, this is going to wipe the server progress. So whatever bases are built, whatever progress is made basically by players, anything that is stored is going to be wiped on your server. Log damage is if you have a kill feed, and you want the kill feed to be able to read the files basically, or your server to make the files for the bot to read, or even if you don't have a kill feed and you just want to find out yourself, this is a very good setting to enable. So that's going to log all the damage on your server. So if a player kills a player, if an infected damages a player, literally all damage related log is in this setting. The placement log is basically when you place a tent, a trap, a barrel, a crate. That's also a very good setting to have enabled. Base building log is when a player is building a fence, a watchtower, a gate. That's very important as well. Logging player list, so basically how many people you have online at a certain time. That's going to be stored in the log files of your server. That's also a good setting to have. Night lighting, you have 3 options. So you got the default night lighting, which is a little dark, but not too dark. Then you have the darker night option, and then you also have the Sakal, which is not dark at all. It's like a blue sky. Personal light is basically the personal light bubble that every player has, no matter how dark the server is. They'll still be able to see the thing that is about a meter away from them. Ban list is if you want to ban a player, you can just input their username, but make sure to do spaces in between. So for example, if I want to ban myself, I'm going to do that, then a space, ban somebody else, then a space, or for easier reading, what you can do is just make a new line. Anyhow, whatever you put in here in terms of the player's username, they will be banned, no matter what order you put it in. But I like to put it new line. That way, it's just so much easier to read. And then it's also case sensitive, so you want to make sure you get the exact username of the person you're banning. Mouse and keyboard, very straightforward. You just toggle this, that's going to enable mouse and keyboard on your server. Whitelist, basically, if toggled, it's active, and then it's exactly the same as a ban list. Again, just space in between each user, or just make a new line. Prioritize players is the same as well, the same format as well. That's fine. And then disable base damage. Now this setting is a little tricky because if you have enable CFG gameplay, which 95% of the servers are going to have this enabled for basically modding, you need this to spawn in custom files, custom structures, loot on freshies, and so on. You want to have that enabled 100%. And if you have that enabled, it's going to overwrite the following settings. So you got disable base damage, disable container damage, disable respawn dialog, disable personal light, and lighting config. Then these settings, they need to be changed inside a file in the file browser called CFG gameplay. Then it's just a toggle on and off. It's like a false and true within that file. But I've explained that in a different channel on my Discord under the definitions tab for CFG gameplay.json itself. That's a very important file, and you should probably check the definitions for it. So disabling base damage basically means people will not be able to break bases on your server with explosives and so on, but they can still dismantle it. Disabling container damage is for barrels and tents. Those cannot be damaged. Disabling respawn dialog. So whenever you're respawning, that'll be disabled, where it tells you whether you want to spawn in as a random character or a custom character. Disable respawning in unconscious. So this is basically when you go uncon, it gives you the option to respawn. If you want to disable that, that's how you do it. Then enabling CFG gameplay. I can't emphasize on how important this file is. You're gonna need it for everything. For build anywhere mod, unlimited stamina, so much. This, you're gonna enable it at some point when you're editing your file. Disable multi-account. So this is that penalty, basically. Whenever you're using an alt account to load in, and you have that timer, that's how you can disable it. So if you want people to be able to use alts just fine, you can disable that setting from here. Shot validation is important. Basically, this is a new setting they added that is supposed to detect hackers. I haven't personally tested how successful this setting is, but hey, why not have it on? Okay. Then the last thing is performance. These whole new settings they are added in. I advise you to not mess with these at all, to be honest. But if you want to mess with them, sure, have a go at it. It's very self-explanatory. Every setting has the description under it. There is no hidden meaning to any of these. So you can adjust the values, but I really advise you not to. Just leave them as is. Then last thing to keep in mind is none of these settings will go into effect. Basically, nothing on your server will go into effect without a server restart. So whatever changes you do to this setting or to anything on your server, you have to save changes, then restart your server. And the changes will kick in when your server comes back online. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I appreciate all the love I've been getting on my YouTube videos. Thank you guys so much. Please let me know down in the comments section below if you guys have ideas for new content you guys want me to produce, and I'll make sure to read them. See you guys in the next video.